My name is Philip Mitchell. I live here in Bloomington Normal, Illinois, and I'm a retired ER physician. Even though I'm 63, I wanted to do that 20-year-old backpack trip that some people take, after college. They go to Europe for the summer, and I never had anything like that. Sometimes the river would make the rocks slippery, so I remember all that. That's kind of my last memory. In retrospect, I would have said at the top, this hike is not for me, but I didn't. So the next thing I know, my next firm memory is waking up on a hospital bed in great pain in the town of Rethemo. The last 3 pictures that were taken from my camera phone do show the river gorge, and it shows the rocks and water at the bottom of the cliff. And I have a feeling that's actually where I fell. Transfers are very hard. You need a receiving hospital, you need a bed, you need a receiving doctor, you got to transfer all the data.
We went through the process of gathering medical information, talking to Phil, arranging an admission and transferring into Athens.
I think within like 2 days we had him moved to Athens to a private facility where they could really give him the head to toe and establish what actually was going on with him, and then figure out where we needed to go from there.
I sent an email to my wife. I said, bled into the lung again, going back into emergency surgery, please send someone. So it was really a cry for help. And I didn't know this when I got the policy, but IMG actually would pay for a family member to come visit.
We coordinated to have his son come out there to be with him and just kind of stay there until he could be safe to transfer home.
They were extremely professional. They were up to date on everything.
And that was a lot of logistics and setting up when it was the best timing, for him to be able to travel with his current injuries, because he was going to go into a hospital in his hometown.
I know it was in the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the insurance arranged all that and picked up the bill.
I rang him for a variety of reasons. One, I wanted to get his impression of how he was. You can learn a lot about patients' clinical conditions by talking to them.
He wanted to find out exactly what was wrong with me so he could figure out exactly the right kind of transport. And he was sincerely interested in that. I was really impressed.
He had detailed conversations with us, and I like to think we won his trust early on, and that makes providing assistance much easier for us. And so it's all about talking to patients and talking to physicians from the very beginning of a case.
I didn't have a whole lot of bills to worry about, and it was just nice not to have to mess with all of that too. My daughter could not say enough positive things about her interaction with IMG, and she had many interactions.
They check in the morning, you're checking in with them, and checking in with them at night, during the day. There's emails back and forth. It's really just an all-day process, and it goes in through the night too. We had night nurses who would check in on them. If there was any issues, they knew they could call us 24 hours a day. And regardless, they would always get a medical person to speak to them.
We did not have to impoverish ourselves, in order to get me back. Was a tremendous benefit. It was by far the best insurance policy I've ever bought.
That literally means more than anything to get that email. It's like, it just makes your day, it makes your month, it makes the year, and it really solidifies why we do what we do.
When I left the hospital, this would have been 7 weeks after my injury, I was able to walk with a walker. My recovery has been much faster than I had hoped for, and I've just been very fortunate.
So I really hope that people realize that when you're traveling, having insurance is the best thing to have, because if you don't have it in a situation and accidents happen, people get sick, and it's really important to have somebody there for you.
And I would never travel outside the United States without that insurance.